Allow the children to handle the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo.
Good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. This is Maiyegun live again. Please read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, which is a little bit, shorter than usual, right? Hear it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are joining this, I want you to know that there is another mass kidnapping of school children that took place in Nigeria today, and you haven't seen any rage anywhere, not even around the world. Over 200 people were kidnapped in Borno State IDP camp yesterday. No rage, no alarm, no nothing. Today, more than 100 school children have been kidnapped. I bet many of you didn't even hear about it. Did you? For those who know Bulama, Kati, read this tweet.
And yes, right. Níjó ìgbádùn yẹn. And yes, right. And yes,
Kuriga in Kaduna.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa. Ayé ẹ̀sùn náà. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Ayé ẹ̀sùn náà. Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn náà. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ayé ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Motide. Now, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we were on Maiyegun's Diary Political Noon program, and we were talking about the silence, the graveyard silence, the numbness of Nigerians. Not even their government has made any single statement about the incident that took place in Borno yesterday. Everyone is currently busy with, as they will say, everybody is busy with their own life right now. Nigeria is showing everybody shaggy. Nobody knows if people got kidnapped anywhere or care. And even if they do, if they did know, what would they do? I mean, reaction is not, not even like your government has mentioned this. Things has gotten so bad that even you watching me right now, except if you have your family, if you go missing, except you have a family member or your family members that are going to speak out and, call for help. Nigeria doesn't give a damn about you, whether you go missing or you get killed. And this is the situation of Nigeria as we speak. Kuriga village is called, where school children, after their school morning devotion, those morning assembly stuff, right? Terrorists wafted into their country, into their school. And as we speak, nobody is for certain, has known for certain the amount of, the number of people kidnapped. Even though a young child was actually shot by the terrorists while they were kidnapping the school children. Mass school kidnapping is never gone. They just did their best to make sure that nobody will make it an issue anymore in Nigeria. And as you are listening to this, just in case if you don't know and you need to know, okay, everyone in Nigeria right now is just an awaiting victim. Put it this way. You see, those who survived yesterday, they are the expected victims of what will happen today. Now, to those of you who have survived today, tomorrow is another day. Every day, every one of us is close to an end created by APC. So right now, by the way, in northern Nigeria, one of the evidence wreck that the terrorism has left in that part of the country is the poverty created by the industry, the terrorism industry, which has become so lucrative up north, right? There are people who are their, the people who are their victims. The people they are kidnapping, Nigerians, right? Majority of them, if not all, have always been left on their own. They've been left to themselves. And in fact, they have been left at the mercy of the terrorists, their kidnappers. So many victims of this kidnapping industry up north, in order for them to secure the release, the freedom of their own loved ones kidnapped, whether students, whether their children kidnapped from their schools, or their family members kidnapped while they are traveling, or those who got kidnapped on their farms, they've always been at the mercy of their kidnappers. Nigeria, except for when the news, when it makes it to the news like this, and you and I have to hear about it, react to it, and as helpless as we have become, right, we wait for the next victims. You see those surviving victims up north, right? Majority of them who continue to live with the trauma, they have become poorer, selling off all their properties, land, houses, and all that, just to raise money, ransom money to pay to terrorists up north. For those who are familiar with the happenings in that part of the country, they will tell you that the criminal politicians from that part of the country are only interested in using the insecurity of the place, which they created. They are only interested when it is politically, politically profitable. Immediately after that, they don't need any of their political leverage or whatever anymore, right? All these things seems just not to be happening. Okay. So children who have been kidnapped now, right? The president of your country, which is Thiefnubu, a lot will tell you that since Bokohari never did anything, so nobody should ask Koolu to do anything. And listen, what that simply means is that the terrorists up north, who operated so freely and brazenly with reckless abandon, right? Under Bokohari, they still have that same leverage. That is the message. The message is that APC, Egbekebe, the terrorist Al-Qaeda People's Congress, okay, which are shown over time that the terrorists are more important than the Nigerians that they claim to be leading or ruling or ruining. Okay, so that you felt like it was because Bokohari, a Fulani jihadist, gave room or gave way to the terrorists that were terrorizing Nigeria in the last 8 years. Now that Bokohari is gone, then it's not going to be business as usual. Then maybe you would have to have a rethink now, because it is business continua, aluta continua. So far, so good. Apart from the pocket of reactions here and there that is more or less, staged by the Nigerian military, the terrorists continue to advance. And in fact, they have established their authorities over Nigeria a while back. And as of today, there seems not to be any challenges towards that. Mass school kidnapping is back. And I do remember when it was so much in vogue under Bokohari, I said, just like the Fulani terrorists that are now kidnapping our people, invading our communities, sending our people out of their communities. I'm talking about even from far away, places that are far, far, far away from northern Nigeria, right? Places that does not share any border with northern Nigeria, right? So back then, when people believed that it will never get to them, we said something about that this afternoon, right? There are lots of people who believes that this terrorism 8 years ago would never, ever cross the border and get to the southern part of Nigeria. A lot of them know better today. So you see mass school kidnappings by terrorists in Nigeria became something so very well in vogue under Bokohari that they could move 300 school children. They could move over 150 village, people, and undetected in the Nigerian forest up north. Until when they are gone, that's when we heard the news. Oh, Boko Haram or Fulani terrorists, they have kidnapped 300 people, or they have kidnapped 200 people. And you'll be wondering, how did they manage to move all that number of people undetected in Nigeria? So a lot of people were like, that their sponsor are those in government. Whenever they were attacking places, right? and people start calling, sending out SOS, save our soul messages. Please help us. So terrorists are attacking us. So the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police, they will all look away until the terrorists have killed and burned and destroyed and they are gone. Then the people who are the survivors, by the time they begin to gather themselves to go after the terrorists, that is when the Nigerian military will show. That is when the Nigerian security agencies will show. So once the security agents, they will show up and they'll begin to pick everybody, all the young people, able-bodied men and women that survived that attack. But during the attack, you will never see them. So compromised security system did allow the terrorists to have a sort of a free ride all over Nigeria. And to those of you who lives in southern part of Nigeria, now you know better. Now you know that they can actually kidnap your father, your mother, your family members, your friends, your neighbor, your business, your co-workers could be kidnapped just right there at the heartland of your southern part of Nigeria without you having to travel to the northern part of Nigeria. The terrorism actually came, it has finally came home to roost. So in the last 8 years under Bokohari, they legalized, they legitimized the Islamic terrorist and terrorism, the Fulani jihadist terrorism, and every other act of genocide, ethnic cleansing, every means of, killing people every means was, employed. Then Koolu told you that he will continue from wherever Bokohari stops. Koolu took over. And immediately Koolu took over, you will think, oh, there should be some level of calm. At least let the terrorists know now that there is a new guy in place, and therefore there will be no mileage in that route that they are taking. Whatever they enjoyed under Bokohari, they will not enjoy that under Thiefnubu. Well. More and more people are being killed every day. And the only thing, like your economy, everything else, Koolu is telling everybody that they should relax and give him time. This problem didn't start today. On one hand, though, then on the other hand, they will say, let us thank President Bola Thiefnubu. Because if not for President Bola Thiefnubu, the security situation in Nigeria wouldn't have improved. Abashe security in Nigeria has improved. Can you actually swear on your life? Can you swear on your life that security has improved under Thiefnubu? Can you? Just the same way they are currently telling you, if not for Thiefnubu, they say things would have even gone worse than this. Although the same Ashiris that told you that you should give Bokohari time and give him chance because PDP destroyed Nigeria for 16 years. Okay, so you needed to give Bokohari time. They told you to give him time, and they watched him destroy the country, divided the country, and in fact, left it as more divided than ever, right? Now, the same rogues are coming back to tell you to give Thiefnubu chance because guess what? Bokohari has destroyed Nigeria. When did he destroy Nigeria? Did he destroy Nigeria after handing over to Thiefnubu? Because until the day he handed over to Thiefnubu, it was still the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria after sliced bread. I'm talking about the Abobakus, the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians. And they are the same people who have now changed to bad starts, bad idiots right now, and telling you that, oh, you were right. Bokohari actually destroyed Nigeria. Really? So listen to me. They are the same set of people that will tell you that whatever is happening right now is not happening. It's been exaggerated. It's not that bad. In fact, thank God for Thiefnubu. And these guys, they do this every now and then. Even you, maybe say, you are inside the contraption with them, you will read some things that this guy says sometimes, and you'll be like, are they talking about this place or another place? Are they talking about this Nigeria or another place? Yes, that's how much they do not respect any one of you, unfortunately. So school kidnapping, mass kidnapping is back. And if you think the people that have the audacity to walk into a community, Kaduna State has the highest presence of the Nigerian security agents. Their headquarters, their buildings here and there in Kaduna. Kaduna is where you have the NIA, the DEA, the DSSC, the police college, the police training this, the military Air Force base here, the military disorder. I'm talking about almost every security agency in Nigeria has their headquarters or something in Kaduna, but yet the same Kaduna is where the Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, have been able to slaughter a section of the state unchallenged, unabated, as in unchallenged. Southern Kaduna fell under the APC. It was under them that the terrorists also invaded the military armory in Kaduna. People where they guide guns, guide weapons. Nigerian military guiding the weapons of the Nigerian military. They ran away from their weapons, ran into the forest when the Fulani and the Boko Haram terrorists appeared under Bokohari. So under Thiefnubu, people who have the audacity to walk into a school and kidnap school children for God knows what. Men, they kidnap school children under Goodluck Jolantan. Goodluck Jolantan lost power because Chibok girls were kidnapped. And the politics around it, the orchestrator, the person behind the Chibok girls kidnapping is now the vice president of Nigeria today. Shitty man, the brain behind the Chibok kidnapping is the vice president of Nigeria today. So when Jonathan lost his power, you would think that must never happen again. Then you started having the Dapchi girls in Yobe, the Kankara boys in Katsina, the Kagara girls, Kagara boys school, also in Katsina, where hundreds and hundreds of school children were kidnapped from their schools. And what do you think Bokohari did for that 8 years? There was no real fight against the terror. It was to unleash further terror on the rest of the country by forcing the country to try to placate and appease terrorists. That was what Bokohari did under Thiefnubu. Thiefnubu marked, according to him, 500,000 hectares of land to be used for Ruga. Do you know that? I'm glad that they are yet to actually say they are reserving any of those, hectares of land for Ruga in any part of Yoruba land. We haven't seen them. We haven't heard them dare to do that. But they've announced, they said, yeah, they are already building Ruga in Jigawa. That was what Thiefnubu said. In order to placate the Fulani terrorists, he announced that he will give them 500,000 hectares of land. It will be developed into ranches for them. I haven't seen them around my place, and I hope they will never dare come around my place, which is Yoruba land. And that's Thiefnubu. So school kidnapping, now everybody knows that you could get kidnapped in any part of Nigeria today, all right, by Fulani terrorists and their co-workers, right? And there is nothing you can do than to go and raise money and pay the ransom. 8 years ago, that will only be a dream, or they will say an imagination. It will never happen. That was why they wanted Nnamdi Kanu killed, because according to them, Nnamdi Kanu is trying to incite you against the terrorists that have taken over your country. APC, Egbe. So when Nnamdi Kanu was talking about you were going to pay ransom, you will run away from your villages. You will be kidnapped right there within your space, not when you go to the jihadist den in Nigeria. And it came to pass. But before then, they told you how dare he was trying to make you hate them. He was trying to make you know that stuff. But today you are used to that, Abi, where people are now screaming, where is government? What you haven't seen yet in the southern part of Nigeria is to witness mass school kidnapping. You will witness it. I promise. Because if you understand, for those who have been following all of this in the past, right? If you check how vulnerable they have made all this part of the southern part of Nigeria in particular, how vulnerable they have made you, right? You will understand that these terrorists have the capacity to walk straight into any part of southern Nigeria and say, okay, they want to attempt to kidnap school children. And because you think it will never happen, well, it will happen, okay? Just like you said, kidnapping by Fulani terrorists. Fulani terrorists kidnapped kings in Yoruba land. They killed kings in Yoruba land. These will be things that you would never imagine ever happening, ever. What the Fulani terrorists haven't done is to kill a first-class Oba. They will kill a first-class Oba soon. Do you understand that now? Because all the things that makes you so comfortable to say you can live in denial of what is happening in Nigeria, so far they're happening in far away. That's their business, family business. I am a Yoruba man. I have not witnessed the kidnapping or killing of any Yoruba by Fulani terrorists when I started talking. And since I have started raising the alarm and talking, I have seen a lot happened. I have seen my people not only kidnapped and ransom paid, I have seen my people chased out of their own community where the government, the supposed government that should be caring for you, protecting you, just look the other way. Under Bokohari, Yorubas became refugees in Benin Republic. Pobe, I won't stop sharing this video. To those of you who always confidently and maybe foolishly or ignorantly will tell yourself, that is their problem. It's not our problem. Today, these criminals are destroying farms that people kind of borrowed money to cultivate. Farms, multi-million naira farms are being destroyed by these Fulani terrorists. But that's something you think is impossible. It would never happen. How could the Fulanis make Yorubas refugee outside Yoruba land? How is that even possible? This happened just about 2.5 years ago. Don't ever forget.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that. By force. By force. It's not by willingness. Women. Man or women. How much are us, man or women? Only you. Here. Both the women and men migrated from that area to this. No. And then people died.
They say how many people they killed there.
Okay. There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. Many people have lost. People are still migrating because of that. At Bokohari and all other areas. What happened? It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow. They are killing the people anyhow. They will move from any village, from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to the
Women, children. I remember that so vividly well. Yoruba Union had to send a truck with food, clothing, shoes. That's how people actually gathered. We had to put them together and we went down looking for them in Pobe. Ogun State government, Nigeria government, and you watching me from Ogun State, a lot of people just felt like, some didn't even know it happened. And they can confidently tell you, it will never happen here. My Papa, see, let's be honest. Let's shake it. Don't stop being crazy, okay? Because you're not being honest. You are living in denial. Denial does not mean the problem doesn't exist or it will just go away. In fact, the problem first starts simply because a lot of your leaders too, they lived in denial. Denial of, how could that even possible? Is that even possible? I have a video where, what's his name again? Akpabiole was talking about the killings in Benue. And he was talking about their governor. Here, I'll show you.
On behalf of the Senate, thank distinguished Senator Odende for bringing this to the fore, and also to sympathize with the victims of these latest attacks that seems to be going on unabated. A situation where over 50 people are being killed in a day will not be pleasing to anybody, including even the leadership of the country. So now that you have brought this to the fore, I believe the service chiefs are listening, the commanders and all the other security chiefs engaged in keeping security in those areas, particularly in Benue State, are also listening. I also believe the governor of Benue State, whose primary responsibility is to use security votes to ensure the security of lives and properties in Benue State, is also listening. It's a fact. The first line of thought is the government of Benue State. And as Senator then they brought it forward, I have not heard any comment from the government of Benue State. If 50 people are killed, or more than 50, and communities are being attacked, we will expect that the governor will either cry out or marshal out plans with the immediate security operatives within the Benue State to see what he can do before we start bringing the issue to the president. And I want to also assure you that President Tinubu, though he has not stayed long in office, is very concerned and supportive of the armed forces. And by the time the Senate meets with him, in conjunction with the House of Representatives, I believe that the resolutions that will come out with will benefit the entire country. It's a fact that, yes, since his assumption of duties, insecurity has abated. Major attacks are no longer taking place, but this one is just an aberration, and it will be brought to an end. Senator Odende, I assure the good people of the areas affected that this matter is now before the floor of the Senate and that we are taking serious actions. We'll work with the presidency to ensure that normalcy is restored in those areas, and particularly the victims are also catered for. So, gentlemen, can we now rise to observe 1 minute silence to honor the souls of the departed?
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Did you see that mockery? It is a pure mockery. He said, listen to this one. Oh. In the same sentence, Akpabiole said that it is like unacceptable that 50 people are being killed almost every day. That's unacceptable. Then he went on to say, oh, President Thiefnubu, even though he is new, we know that the insecurity issue has abated. This one is just an aberration. It's just an error. It's just, how you they take mad like this? 50 people are being killed every day, averagely, and this is just being generous. Then the security situation is under control now. It's getting better. How can the situation of a country be getting better, but terrorists are killing more than 50 people every day? How? In the same sentence, in the same video. Just try your best not to be killed. That is the best advice that anybody can give anybody now. When anybody says, say, shall try, make sure say you are not kidnapped. Do your best and make sure say you are not killed. If you are kidnapped or killed, well, Nigeria just happened to you be that too. You are on your own. Okay? Somebody said all talks, no action is what the politicians are, is who they are, right? Of course, it's who they are. Now, those where they listen or believe them or expect them that they actually mean anything they say, now them are the PTO. Akpabiole just drop his own line there and he's done his and he's just going to, you know what I mean? Until the next one, when people will raise alarm against, they have killed us again, and all that. So do your best and make sure, say, you are not killed and you are not kidnapped. If any of this happens, well, you know what that means, right? Because the other victims who have been who are before you, suffer the same fate. And it is a fate that, like the accursed Nigerian, you only exist for the existence sake. You are to exist. You are not to be seen. And if you are to be seen, you are not to be heard. That is the definition of a Nigerian. If you ask me, that would be it. People are dying. We just talk about it like it's saying now people die every day. Normal. Terrorists are kidnapping women, children, raping them, forcing them into family ways, right? And in Nigeria, it isn't a crime. It is, when they return back, they call them repentant terrorists. Repentant. And they will say repentant terrorists and their family. Who married these children to these terrorists? They kidnapped them, raped them, put them in family ways, right? Truncated their growth, truncated their education for their Islamic jihadists. Islamic jihadism. Then they return back to that same place and the government of that country. And the people in that government have their own children. They announced and said, the terrorists have repented and they are there with their family. Who are their family? And wives and children. These are victims of terrorism who have now become wives of terrorists that are receiving red carpet in Nigeria. Operation Safe Corridor. Safe Corridor. Who gives a safe corridor to terrorists in the first place? You do not negotiate with a terrorist and you do not give them safe corridor. You extinguish them. You what? But not in Nigeria. Billions of Nigeria money was set aside to be spent on the rehabilitation of repentant terrorists or more, rather than for the terrorism to abate or reduce. It has gotten worse. It has gotten so worse that the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria's headquarters, I be waiting you go call them, has been overrun by the kidnappers, Fulani terrorists. to the point that these criminal politicians who ran away from their different constituencies and living in Abuja, abandoned their people in the, in the war front there. These guys are now complaining that Abuja is not safe anymore because terrorists could walk straight into your house. Not armed robbers, terrorists. Break into your home, drag you and your family out straight into the bush, unchallenged. It's like a terrorist walking straight into London and then straight into people's homes and drag them out and take them straight into the bush. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. So these guys are complaining now that they are not safe in Abuja anymore, but yet Akpabiole would love you to believe that Nigeria is getting better under Thiefnubu. They will destroy you. You will be there unable to actually do anything if you continue to believe them. And when they are done with you, they will later tell you, Thiefnubu actually killed you. Now you know die. So just wait for another person to destroy you because that one will do better than this. Abi? I'll take a break. It's called drink a break. Here is a Showore and Deji. Yesterday, after the law school called to law school, I've been a call to graduating set or so, right? So they were passing in front of the EFCC office in Abuja. And this happened. I'll be back.
I will buy job.
Which job?
Which job you won't buy?
Which job is that? Which job? We don't open my bar, begin the talk. Which job? It's not the public building. What they talk about? Not the public building. It's not a public building. Is it not a public building? What is he talking about? Which EFCC?
Any job?
Which job?
Any job?
Which job? You know, they do wait for people there outside.
You already obsessed.
We can pass. You know, they look for our trouble. We can pass. We got to
obsessed with the position.
We can pass with the oppression.
People not to pass.
Which kind of that? What's the concern you with us? We can pass. We enter on our office.
What's wrong with you? To buy. Never you are not professional at all. No, that's wrong what you are saying. Start harassing people because you carry gun. He told him that he cannot
just they pass. This man talk saying you don't go fit do it. It's not a public building.
He cannot take picture of
yes, it's not a public building. He said go buy job if you take picture of EFCC.
You have to
even chairman of EFCC don't that one.
Better.
Thank you.
Because they just give a gun and not begin to oppress people again.
It's okay now.
No, what do you mean? Stop. Yes.
It's okay now.
What do you mean it's okay? We have to let them know now that this is wrong. To follow with the office that way because we carry gun. No, I'm trying to say that you guys are already obsessed with power and it's stupid for you to be harassing people who are working there. Coming from a law program.
Innocently.
Yes, that's the point I'm making. And if you are not satisfied with it, I will go inside and see Allah now. That is stupid of you, EFCC to be harassing people on the road. Are you mopo? Yes, educate him. Educate yourself. And stop disrespecting people in the public. Telling somebody that if you take picture, it's not a public building. Something we build with our own money. If you don't want it to be taking picture of, carry her for head, go hide for inside jungle.
Say you buy job. Say you buy job.
You have not started carrying guns. You are already oppressing.
You say Muniru and Ambali, Aki and Popo, but they are just troublemakers. Everybody is angry in Nigeria now. And that video actually describes the state of everybody in that place now. Some of you, your own craze, you dey manage it inside. Now, small thing that go take touch them. It go be like balloon with them use spin, pop. And you just like, pop. Before your own craze go pop, Showore and DG, they were passing. Other guys were holding cameras. So somebody spoke inside. Hey, stop taking pictures. And so then loser. Say, you must be stupid of you. They say, it's stupid of you. And the way they dress, right? You can tell that, or maybe I say, these ones have become so used to trouble. Especially when they look at these people who are abusing power, which is normal thing in Nigeria. So Showore and the rest of them like that. It's just to show to you that that's how angry people are now. Any smart enough is spark anything. I'm serious. And that's why somebody said that Thiefnubu should be thanking his star. Okay, his criminal star that no be sure then the INEC Yakubu go do mistake, give 6 million votes. They can't rig them out. Sure can't do calculation because they say it's score more than 6 million. They rig them out. Thiefnubu no go be president. There are people who believe that. Say no, they're not going to do swearing. Yakubu said no go announce. There are people who believe that. That Showore 6 million or be 10 million of you go out and you turn printed for Showore. They can't change the figure. It go be like say you steal a poor man chicken. About you go buy cow to appease him last. But there are those who also believe that they are so like totally convinced that Showore cannot be trusted. Showore cannot be this or that. And I know some of you like that who are not really, you haven't recovered, okay, from that Jonathan's time. And there's no chance that you're likely going to recover until you die. You are never going to like Showore. Okay? To you, when they say Showore na this, you go say he is. Yes, he is. I know him. Showore is this. It's a corrupt. But meanwhile, majority of you are suffering from your Jonathan's era. Because I do understand, by the way, some of you are suffering from that Jonathan's era. You believe that Showore gave this APC every tool they needed to destroy Egbere Jolantan. And you will never forgive him. There's nothing anybody can say. I'm not convincing you, and I'm not even trying to ask you to like him. Okay? But nevertheless, he's true, very true to his belief. Okay? And he's consistent too. You get what I mean? So if somebody like him was the one they said they gave 10 million to, back then, I had the better revolution. It's double by now. You get what I mean? But it is what it is. So they gave it to somebody else. And that is a sort of an advantage for Thiefnubu. And here you are. A woman said, Akuri Nigalailai was actually the one who started it. They said that Thiefnubu is working so hard for you to ensure that you see this hardship you are facing. Remember that the same Akuri Nigalailai actually worked for the Bokohari. He worked under Laya Muhammad. Now Akuri Nigalailai is back and saying Bokohari destroyed Nigeria. That Thiefnubu is a workaholic. He worked till late in the night, in the morning, up to 3 a.m. in the morning, working to make sure that your life is well. So you need to give him time. And I think it's the same thing this lady is saying too. Do you mind?
You know, this government came in new. No doubt there's hardship. But the policies that they are implementing, in the short run, in the long run, we are going to enjoy it. But in the short run, all of us are suffering it. There's no country that people will not pay a price to get something done. So the government is looking at all ways. Their hands are on deck. The essence of good governance is also to make sure that the people Mr. President have put there, because there's what they call teamwork, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's a saying that it takes two to tango. The president alone cannot do it. So if you, the press, and us are watching these ministries, departments, and agencies, are watching National Assembly, are watching all these bodies put together, and they are delivering on what they are supposed to do, in no time we will be out of this. But I think what is most important is that the government recognizes that these policies are bringing hardship. They've never come out to deny. You hear the president saying be patient. And so our job is to look at the job that his people, his team, they are doing, how to coordinate them to be able to deliver on good governance. Because once there's good governance, then the teamwork will make sense. But in looking at good governance, if each ministry, department, and agency, and even his ministers, the senators, the House of Reps, and even up to the local government level, to the governors, they are not able to deliver on good governance, to provide good roads, to be able to tame down corruption, so that there's enough money to carry out primary health care, there's enough money to carry out good roads. You know, there's this thing that when you just tie a road in a place, people move to that area and they begin to buy land. The cost of land goes down. So everybody must not stay in the city. If social amenities are provided, even you can see what is happening in FCT now that Minister Wike is there. There's a lot happening. I don't know whether you people have noticed it. So it's not Mr. President that is going to say do the road, but we are watching what FCT is doing concerning the roads, concerning housing, concerning just when the government launched housing for low-income earners. I'm sure all of you saw it. So those are the areas that will go, and that they will give people seedlings. They will make fertilizer available for farmers to farm. They will make things to go down, the dollar to go down, so that those who are even bringing in foreign things, which is called direct cost on what they are implementing, will also go down. So when all this is, that's why we are trying to assess them after 1 year to see what they are doing. This will also help Mr. President to know who and who is working. When you look at their strategic plan, when you look at their budget implementation, there are some people we have gone half year. They've not even started implementation of their budget. So with that,
nuisance lele.
Literacy to take over Nigeria. All of now when they claim say you be educated, this educated, that. I want weary. Illiterate that they have taken over everywhere. I'm talking about those who say I want labo eko. Poorly educated, miseducated, unproductive, leechy. So you hear they jump from left to right, and the rest, front and back and all that. Incoherent and all that, Abi. I want we ready to take over asylum. Mad people don't take over the asylum. And if you have no idea what I mean, right? Once in a while like that, you'll be hearing from people like this. There are those who are coming to explain to you that you should give Thiefnubu a chance and give him time. When they explain to you, okay, what is he doing? You hear him? Giant of Africa. You hear him? These are the kind of people that are indeed running your country. If you listen to your Kadibi, Oduduwa Emefiole, you listen to the Wale Edun, you listen to all these guys, it is not really hard, not hard, to know that Nigeria and call you are done for. These are those who have taken those decisions that are affecting your lives. They will tell you, oh, we are working hard to make sure that everything is blah, 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 blah. They are not working any goddamn hard anything. They are, when you see, devil self, they walk past them. They are working very hard to ensure that as soon as they go down, una go finally discover crude oil. And they are everywhere. Paid political jobbers, hirelings, telling you they are working this day. They are not working on a goddamn thing, right? Wale Edun came out and said, let us be honest, Kamak Paro Kamajali. Kamak Paro Kamajali call, Nigeria is finished. Thiefnubu just want to see how much he can now completely finish Nigeria. Presently, they will say Nigeria is finished. When Thiefnubu is done, Nigeria will be completely finished. So Wale Edun said, Bokohari was printing money for 8 years with nothing to show for it. And that is why you have hyperinflation today, hardship and poverty. And that's how you're going to have it for the next 3 more years. So Thiefnubu will supervise the slow death of some of you. Some of you are going to die of hunger. I don't want you to die of hunger, okay? But you are going to die of hunger. Starvation. Not you, because you seems to have money to buy data to watch me. So first, you go first sell that phone. All right. At some point, you're going to sell that phone for food. Now, when you finish that, then slowly but surely, when Thiefnubu is done, some people will even be asking you, is this you or somebody else when they see your picture? It is going to happen. I don't want it on you. If I have the power to make sure that, to just say, oh yes, I just clear them. I will do it, but I don't have that power. Their policies will push you there. Okay? You will sell that phone, the one you are using right now to type, to tell me to pray for Nigeria, the one you are using to type to say, I am not wishing that you are going to sell it for food. Now, when you are done, then I don't know how long it's going to be, but if you last that 8 years, there are some that won't. It be like you go sit down like this, you go hunger, you go sit down like this, and you go breathe your last. Last. You go breathe your last. I say, gone. Because this that I'm saying to you is already happening. I was discussing with someone a few days ago, talking about how does it feel like for somebody to die of hunger? I have been famished, starving on many times in my life, and I can tell you the excruciating pains that comes with hunger. At some point, you just have to allow the worms inside you to slug it out among themselves. You know that last time when you have the last pieces of a crumb of food in your system, and the worms inside you are just like that. They will be making that sound like that. They are fighting themselves for the last crumb. You go just sit down there, the liar. Let the strongest worm win. Because at some point they will start eating themselves. That kind of hunger. The kind of hunger that you will be hungry, that they will give you food, and you cannot eat the food right away. You have to allow your system to welcome the food and welcome the feelings that there is food in front of you. You know that kind of hunger. Oh, these ones are like ajabotas. You don't have a clue. Those who know what I am describing, they do know what I am describing. It's level of pain, hunger. They will give you food and say, Ele, sorry, like you are just there, like waiting to die. And somebody just tap you and say, wake up, wake up. Here is some food. And they give you the food. You have to allow your nose, your system, your brain, your everything to welcome the feelings that there is food around you. You can't just eat it because your body won't take it. That kind of hunger. So when I was having that chat with a friend, I was like, Baba, man, for a person to be hungry, so hungry that the person can't breathe the last and say, I cannot continue anymore and just die. If they have to measure the pain, the last 10 minutes before that person died of hunger, if they have to measure the pain, I bet you there is no pain that will be compared to it. You get what I mean? And that is why they say people are dying of hunger. People are dying inside because they don't eat. Hunger. So that is exactly what these guys represent. Okay? And it is their policies. Okay? It is not God. It is not devil. It is their policy. The policy that will impoverish you. And the criminals that will tell you to give them time. These are the political jobbers who are surviving from the crumbs that is coming from the tables of your ruiners. Their job is to tell you to let them enjoy it a little bit more. But it is your own job to decide if this is how you actually really want to live. What is still in stock when they are done? So many of you probably, you would want to come and defend them, but you won't even have the strength to defend these criminals at some point. I am already seeing that. We used to get disturbed every now and then. I am batified. I am batified. Are you batified? I am batified. Are you batified? I am batified. Everyone is hunger fight now. They know the tele person. They know the tele person. Yeah, tele person. They know the tele person. Tele person. They know the tele person. But body go tell you. Body is telling everybody right now. So if I tell you something, hold on to it. If something is not done, you won't have strength of defending them. I promise you. But me, Maiyegun, I will be here. I am working in a diary. Diary is to keep record, remember? And that's exactly what I am keeping now. Okay? So these guys will tell you, give Thiefnubu time because they told you to give Bokohari time too. And some others are already devising means of survival inside this Thiefnubu-nomics. In Thiefnubu-nomics, you are either going to take it, grab it, snatch it, run with it, or you feel go this man way, threaten everybody, and then give you what you want. You saw this afternoon, Abi. This man just told his own congregation there, a congregation of Islamic Muslims, one old man, who knows what is the price of Gari, what is the price of Semo, what is the price of this or that, use his own ingenuity by threatening the audience that, see the money in your pocket. You know that it is the money in your pocket is owned by the devil. Money is owned by the devil. Your naira is owned by the devil. You need to give it to me, or else you will never benefit the reward. I don't even know Jerry Omoe. But they insult Jerry Omoe in English. You can't sing by it because it's another problem by you. Jerry Omoe. You will not benefit from the sweat of your labor. I mean, if you are that's why he said, though, ingenious way of trying to extort people to survive in Thiefnubu-nomics. I'll tell you later. You see, you want me to tell you, okay, that old man was telling people, those people you are seeing there, he's actually threatening them. He said if they don't bring everything they have in their pocket, in their wallet, everything, if they don't bring them and give to him, they shall never prosper in life. They will have, they will lose all their children. And they will never, have the reward of their labor on their children and all that stuff. He was cursing them. He said, I don't pray for people. I curse people. So all this money in your pocket, you need to bring them to me. It's a shaitan's money. It's a devil's money. Bring it to me. But if you fail and you take the money home, you will see what will happen to you. Everybody started jumping off. Hey, I don't want to go home and die. Oh. I don't want to take a shaitan's money. Oh. Take, oh. Hey, Allah Akbar, take, oh, Allah. All that stuff. Manipulation, nonsense. We've seen that many times. Then, after collecting their money, he now told them that, listen, if you ask God for something today and God does not do it for you, that his own son, he should die. He himself should die, and his own children should die. And people believe him. That's why they were all looking up. They are looking up to their sky daddy in the Islamic way. Sky daddy. I say, Allah, any help, that any kind of, the news, the greatest news that nobody has ever received in their life. Allah Ta'ala, please, I want to, any ori, all the best, you know what I mean? Like the Christians do, right? In Nigeria, those ones will also look up to their sky daddy. Hey, Heavenly Father, you promise. Heavenly Father, I want weary. Heavenly Father, call. Heavenly Daddy, ni. That's what they do in a poverty capital of the world, where people have been subjected to a level of economic degradation, that they believe that only sky daddy, Allah and God, okay, we just look down on them and it will just say, you are my children, my beloved. Oh yeah, I'll give you dollars, I'll give you naira, because everything where they ask for now money. That's what majority of them are asking for. When they tell you, I'm looking forward to Allah for Ori, they are looking for money. Because to them, they will say, you don't know the spirit that is working. In Yoruba land, there is something we call the wealth. Wealth is called Aje. So in Yoruba land, we believe that Aje is also a spirit. It has a spirit. If you can summon the spirit of Aje, which is wealth, you can be so wealthy, rich. So there are some people who have the secret of summoning the spirit of Aje. Aje mokwe Aje wealth. It's all about money. I told you that Nigerians are so poor that the only thing they have is money. Because everybody believes that once I have money like this, And that is why when they have a chance of serving their people, they choose to serve themselves instead. Sure, you understand that? So that old man was telling them, if you don't give me your money. Now that you are giving me your money, I want you to ask for anything. Oh yeah, ask for anything. You will be surprised. See, you will see. Oh yeah, ask. Tell God that you need a car. Oh, Heavenly God, I need a car. Oh, Heavenly Father, I need money. You need to go and work. You need a system that actually teaches you how to work and earn money, and see if God will not bless the work of your hand. That's the kind of God I want you to call. The one that blesses the works of your hand. Not the ones that help you to extort people, or the ones that kind of make you feel like all you need is just give me money. Once you give God money, you'll be fine. So much others God will multiply it for you. Now. The man said, everything you ask from God today, if you ask anything from God today, and that thing doesn't come to pass, a car should kill him and kill his own children. On top waiting, the money where they go gather for the whole place there probably won't be up to 10,000 naira. 50 naira, 20 naira, 100 naira, 50 naira, 100 naira. Some will kind of even bring more bigger money, 1,000 naira, so that they can have a bigger share of that thing that is coming from God. Okay? At the end of the entire money they will gather in that place, that peanut, may not even be up to 10,000 naira. Because of 10,000 naira, Baba. You're lying to yourself. If you ask anything from God today, He will do it for you. Ironiyo. Iro pata pata. So if you can't go see and say, Baba, I ask God to me give me so and so, you know, give me, they'll say, you know, get faith. Or maybe your faith no strong. You next time, come, we'll give you soap. We'll cut you soap. So that whatever you ask Allah or whatever you ask God, He will give it to you in a superstitious space called Nigeria. Unfortunate, right? So going forward, there was an armed robbery incident in Kogi today. And honestly speaking, I am not surprised, okay? So here in the part of Kogi, Yagba, I think it's called the Yagba, or what's that place where you had the armed robbery case in Kogi today? I'll show my people. Give me a circle. I'll show you.
Ayingba is on fire. They rob Ayingba bank like this, Access Bank. Almost soldier exchange bullets. See, they exchange Jesus. Almost Jesus. See, Jesus. Hey!
See, Jesus. I had to put my song in between, okay? If not, I'm not going to hear that. And YouTube, they know they take, I mean, I don't know, like they'll come back and say, oh, your video is of violence, something. For just 2 seconds, so
Ayingba is on fire.
I have to put a music up so that we could indeed prevent that. Meanwhile, the policemen that are supposed to be on hand to face the armed robbers. This one just reminded me of a scenario that happened about 23 years ago in Lagos, when the armed robbers were robbing Madi Supermarket in Association Avenue, Ilupeju. Yeah, if you know Ilupeju well, right? Association Avenue, the longest street there, right? Going to Obanikoro. We had a Madi Supermarket, on fancy, lovely supermarket back then. So it's usually having all the armed robbers coming. Armed robbers, like our long Nigerian life, Sometimes you ask yourself, how did you even survive? Somebody was here on this program yesterday and they said, when they look back and they do ask themselves that, how did I even survive that Nigeria? Baba, na big question, oh. Here you get. See, you look at you back then in the 2000, 2001. So armed robbers go, they rob. You feel they walk out for street like this. And in front of Madi. All we have to do is just like this. We'll just do like this. Like that. Because if they are shooting, you cannot be standing up. We're so used to it that sometimes I will see policemen, they will run into our shop. Because the next street that is next to what do you call Association Avenue in Ilupeju is my old man street too, right? Olonfumi Street. So when police are running, you will see policemen running. Sometimes you see them running with their van, right? They will run and pass the one way they are escaping from armed robbers. Or sometimes you just see, I've seen armed robbers who have killed several policemen in that Ilupeju. You know what I mean? Like you just say, like that. And after maybe 15 minutes, they don't kill police. So if you don't kill like maybe 3-4 policemen, all of that. So it was like a normal thing when I was growing up in that Ilupeju. So yes, I will see policemen running away too. And this video I'm about to show you just reminded me of that. 24 years ago. When the policeman ran into our shop, running from the armed robbers, removing his cap, removing everything, and ran straight into our shop. And we had to protect policeman. Okay, yeah. Today, some of you will send them back to the armed robbers. Say, go and die, you this madman. No enter here. Because everybody hates them more now. Right? In Kogi today, see policemen where they won't fight armed robbers.
Now to the eye. Nonsense. Now to the eye.
The stock boys now, the collect boys now.
See head.
Now to the eye. Nonsense. Now to the eye.
So guys were like, he's hiding. It's like somebody who is very far away from where the armed robbery was taking place. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow they will show us if they finally caught the armed robbers that robbed in Kogi today. And I hope maybe the police in Kogi should pray for somebody like, to pray that they should have somebody like MC Olueron, who is also buying vans or buses for policemen to curb crime. Nigeria Tilano.
Thank you very much.
Two for Makinde.
Thank you. God bless you. This is Musavejo.
Create space,
This is
So that's MC Olueron buying used vehicles for the Nigeria police in his area of Oshodi. You understand? Bolade and all those areas in Oshodi. So they call it CSR, which is MC Olueron's contribution to I see this Agbero and their business. They will tell you that they do not perpetuate a crime, but they do. So in order for them to have all that kind of a cover to say, okay, they are the MC people, MC boys and all of that, they don't cause trouble, blah, 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 blah. So they will remember that MC was nice to them. And he's always been nice to them. And that's why when he threatened the Nigerians, the Igbos, that they cannot participate in the direct election then, right? The Nigeria police were the one who came to defend him. The people who they report to, they were the one who came to defend him and said he was just joking. They even told him to go and look for Yashukudi. Yashukudi in call. It's this Yashukudi that I told her, if you are not going to vote for us, don't come out. So I did not threaten anybody. Police came out and said MC Olueron was just playing. On the day of the charade election, people were attacked. And we saw how they stopped the Igbos from participating or voting. Remember? So they said he was joking. So if you are looking for why the state, non-state actor are in charge of Nigeria, the state capture that you've been hearing about and the rest, these are the ingredients, okay? Nigeria had to finish a while back. Here is Fubara, who said that he is ready and willing for peace to reign in River State to resign. He will leave the seat. He didn't say he is leaving the seat. He said he will leave the seat if he requires for peace to reign. He went on something they called the street credibility. Take a look at him walking the street of Port Harcourt, I believe.
Good day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This afternoon, now they sell it. Give me Sprite. Sprite. Okay. Not free.
want to be. That's what we need, Konanja. Government to be. That was Subara trying out his street credibility. And when he released that statement that he will leave his seat for peace to reign, people felt like he was referring to the heat that he's probably feeling from Werewike as frustrated him enough. I don't know how it is right now in River State when it comes to governance, but it seems that when it comes to assurance of steady flow of money into the hands of his supporters, is gaining more. It's got enough to share with them. And I don't think any of them would like or be happy to hear that he will leave the seat. So, Lord, don't believe that. Okay. However, he said he would if he has to. Okay, for peace to reign. I don't even know what that means. But more will leave them in River State. Let's go somewhere else. And this one is more will stop by in Edo State. Okay. So in Edo State, right? I saw that Isue Igodalu of a PDP, I believe, right? And I saw him frying popcorn. And I was like, oh, I thought this format has cast. I mean, people don't use this format anymore. You know, when you want to have election, you go out there and you eat a cup of corn. Abi, you eat, you can go on and play the hair in the salon, like Sonwoiku, Rotifmi and Mechi and the rest of them. I thought that thing doesn't really sell anymore until I saw this guy. Oh my lady! Oh, I mean, is this popcorn?
Anyway, when you start like that, anyway like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So why is it better that way?
And it's because of food, everything what we do together.
Everything will be going
together.
So it's better than going up and down?
No, anyone, but just anyway you start, just continue like that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Very nice. But I'm coming out of here. No. You will see my own sleep.
Now the guy will cause a problem for what do you call it? The hungry, pretentious, obedient in Edo State. Well, I don't they. Some of them even send me messages. Maiyegun, you don't understand the Edo policies. I don't want to understand it. You can all fool yourself as you like. Okay? You don't understand. Hey, Edo politics is going to go shit down. I don't want to understand it. All right? So, wherever you like, you do. My own is to come back here and report when una begin to do your lamentation. That's what I do. I bring it back and, flung it on your faces. So instead of you coming around to look for sympathy anywhere, somebody may go feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for any goddamn mofos, okay? Especially you Nigerians. I don't feel sorry for you per se. Seriously, like I don't never feel sorry for you. You make your decisions, then you turn around and blame somebody else, or nevertheless, when you get fucked again, right? You look around and you look for who to blame, or if you don't, then you look for somebody to feel sorry for you. Do your thing. So what happened was that it was the guy who they said that they needed to infiltrate or use the obedient, and how can they use them? And it worked. Give them some money. Give some of them who are interested money so that they can then recruit others. So they gave one of them money to go and recruit other obedient. While I can't start. That one, they offer other obedient influencers, they are called. He's offering them 150,000 naira so that they can help support a PDP in Edo State. And they were telling themselves, equity, justice, and fairness. Equity, justice, and we're political jobbers, hungry lots. So yeah, they're everywhere right now for that guy. He's the guy that wants to succeed Obaseki. And it's, as it is, it can be like say, him be the guy where they really, really pay. His money has created wahala everywhere, I promise you. So don't try to explain Edo politics to me. Oh. See, listen to me. See, I do not need your explanation. Enjoy all your madness as you like, okay? This is me just with what I have seen so far. I've seen all sides. APC, PDP, Labour, Abi. I can tell you, that's the guy that seems to be carrying it enough that his money is the one that is creating problems among the young people. We know they collect shishi. Now, when this guy was now recruiting he wanted to recruit other obedience to promise them money that, it's for equity, justice, and fairness. Equity, justice, and fairness. So obedient they want their Labour Party supporters to actually go for PDP or Baseki. And they easily tell you, Edo State is obedient, Abi. And so Wahala started. Wahala started to the point, to the level that they started muslinging themselves, started accusing themselves of this or that and all of that. All for that guy's money. I swear Igodalo is his name. I swear is Igodalo. They will all come back here soon. As for the Labour Party, and their own corruption, they took themselves to court, where Abure, Apampas, Arabambi idiots, and the rest of their clowning and clownery. They went to court, and their court said, indeed, Abure is still their chairman, or more, because of PDP. You see all those hungry, jobless, obedient in Edo, the ones that went for this PDP, or more obedient are the ones who are now like helping Apampas, Arabambi, to help spread the entire fight or whatever between them and Abure. Abure is now the demon, a big demon. And Apampas and the rest, they are now the saints to some of these jobless boys in Edo State. Who's, sad, by the way, okay? Jobless in the sense that it was peanuts that actually got majority of them fighting themselves as we speak, calling equity, justice, and fairness a one weary. Anyway, they went to court and their court said, how many times are we going to tell you? Apampas, you have no claim to any of this whatever here, right? And here is what their court had to say. I have a copy.
Well, as you all know, the action at the trial court was instituted by some individuals, I don't know where they came from, challenging the propriety of the continued occupation of the Labour Party chairmanship office by Mr. Julius Abure. And by the judgment of the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal has found that that action, as contrived, was incompetent. It was null and void. So with that action being found to be incompetent, then that means that all the claims of those factions or those individuals who were challenging the chairmanship position being occupied by Julius Abure, they possessed or they did not possess the virus to even institute the action at all. So there is nothing, they have no basis for their claim as it stands. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Let me start by appreciating the judges that they gave the judgment today. The party has always been on the positive side, that there has not been any form of division in Labour Party. It has just been confirmed by today's judgment. All we are saying is that our brothers out there should please come back. The party is open. The party is willing to readmit them. All ever the party had wanted was a new Nigeria. And anyone that is desirous of a new Nigeria should please come and join Labour Party so that we can make this nation work again. We are not interested in opposition within the House. We know what happened, but it's important that we trash it out in the court today. With this judgment today, I think everything has been laid to rest, and there is no need of going further from here. Julius Abure has always been the national chairman. The court, no court ever has said that he has ceased from being the national chairman. And today, again, the court has reaffirmed through the appeal court that he is the substantive national chairman. I think the case ends today, and there won't be any need for anybody to go further. Of course, you saw what happened
efforts were made to truncate the process, but the parties stood their ground, went for their primaries, and elected the best candidate ever. And since last week that we elected the candidate, everyone has been applauding the party for giving them someone that will likely deliver Edo State and bring fortunes, good fortunes to the people of.
Good luck to them. But it's just that, sustainability of your, you need to be able to sustain your consistency. I mean, you need to be consistent with your position. But unfortunately, people who live in the poverty capital of the world, you cannot rely 100% on their words. Their words carries no weight. I promise you. Because you see, majority of them are actually there for the highest bidder. And I have experienced the same, where people will use you to build a political capital in a corrupt establishment like that of Nigeria. You'll be lucky if you are not killed. Because if you become a problem that they are not going to access whatever it is that they believe they will get for their role, right? So if you're going to be a problem, they won't mind to kill you. They will kill you. Especially when they are using it to build their political capital. So do not get involved. I was involved. And I promise you, what I saw up close, like very close, the attitude, these people themselves, what I saw the day I left Nigeria, to return back to my base. The day I sat in that plane and I was waiting for it to leave, you have no idea what a relief it was when the plane started and it started taxiing, like moving. And I told myself, I won't forget, I was like, I do not have any business with this place. Wherever this plane is going now, just take me. I do not have any business with this place. And that might be coming from the background that my mom was dead. Sorry, my dad was dead. My mom was, I just came to bury my mom. And then I had the chance of meeting with people that I felt should take an advantage of when they have the opportunity, any chance of freeing themselves. These are people who don't believe that they are in bondage of anything. You know, you can't free people who don't believe that they are in chains. So they see you as a possible meal ticket, okay, out of poverty. And because that is what some of them are, even when they are professing love, loyalty, and all that stuff, you can't really hold them to it. Poor people, don't hold pledges. Do you understand what I mean? It simply means that every man has a price. A poor man even has a poorer price. They will give up or give you up for a peanut. Because every chance sometimes is for them to anything that could get them out of that poverty. They will grab it. If they have to actually volunteer information that will kill you. You that think you are going there to go and help them to get out of something. No. They are comfortable in that shit. So you have to be very careful. Okay? You have to be very careful. I experienced that. And when I see them jumping about, we no go grill, we no go. I'm like, I don't want to be friends with these people. Okay? You see, most of them that you see that will join you to shout, we no go grill, we no go grill. Majority of them are waiting for the opportunity to be recognized by the same oppressors that continue to snuff life out of them. Once they are recognized, they will throw you under the bus. And that's why nothing you do really sort of freaks me anymore. I just report them and tell you from my own experience what I know will happen. So people will give you different excuses why they have to do what they have to do to escape or beat poverty, even if they have to commit crimes. And they will do so and tell you that, well, they have done nothing wrong. So I don't like doing don't like doing group. It took me a while before I finally sort of feel like, okay, we'll do this Yoruba Union. But we're going to do it as a volunteers, okay? It's going to be like volunteering stuff. Because the moment people see is that they, if you get involved in anything that is going to lead to, put it this way, lead to them having access to some never seen before money, kind of, right? The poverty mind of our people will begin to raise, will begin to count. And at that point, they can deny you if they have to deny you. That's what I saw in Edo. Young people who have become part and parcel of that corrupt system. A lot of them are worse off than the people they are trying to kind of, get at. And it's very simple opportunity like that. They'll grab it, abuse it, and run with it. And if you therefore call them to take responsibility, they'll begin to abuse and attack and do all of that. That's the tantrum I have seen in Edo. And I am recording all that because at the end of the day, right, everyone will get paid. Everyone will get given money. It's just the same way those who did their best to gaslight others for Thiefnubu's rigging. There were those who were actually like so active. They were paid to tell you that there was no rigging. Thiefnubu didn't forge certificates. He did not forfeit money. He did not do this. There were those who were paid to say all of that. Today, that Thiefnubu and his criminal gang, they are unleashing hardship, terror on you. You see those people where they tell you then that we did everything to gaslight you, to do this and all of that, to make sure that nothing changes, or you have no audacity to stand up and challenge the INEC then, right? Majority of them either have left Nigeria, or maybe they were not even in Nigeria in the first place. Others have gotten visa and left. Some have moved their family out. Now they cry and scream now of what Thiefnubu is doing. Thiefnubu is killing us. We know. Majority of those that they used in lying to you, writing and talking to you in those, last year, you do not see them anymore. You are now by yourself. Well, I just mentioned that Thiefnubu and I got this. So remember when this Bago guy said they do not want anybody to come and buy bulk purchase of food in their state, in Niger State. This one.
Trucks who come to park or buy foodstuffs from our villagers in bulk should be halted for now. We have stopped mass purchase from our local market in all our local government from now henceforth until further notice. Anybody found doing that, we have given security agencies go ahead to confiscate those trucks and share the food to the people. Thank you.
So if you are caught buying food to go and sell elsewhere from Niger State, your truck will be confiscated, and your wares will be distributed to the people. He said. So that was the same guy who was with Peter Obi yesterday. Remember? Yeah, that was him. So immediately he spoke with Peter Obi. Spoke at the Peter Obi's what have you. And he said that Peter Obi was right, that people may pretend that they are not listening to him, but they are listening to him. That it is indeed a shame that Nigeria was begging Ukraine for grain, for food. Immediately the guy left that garden. He quickly probably, I don't know if they called him or he went there to go and see Koolu. See the guy. Yesterday, he was in that same Abuja, agreeing that Thiefnubu's government is a total disaster, a failure. Okay, and he also promised Obi that he will make sure that he make Obi proud. That they should give him, Obi should watch out. Niger State will feed the people. This is a state governor in Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. A state governor. Obi say, son, they greet him, Papa. Abi Papa, they greet son. No. This is the type of hypocrisy, the madness that you witness in that contraption. The eye service and the rest of that you witness in that contraption. This is it. So the guy, he also signed a deal with Sanwo-Iku. Somebody said they called him and said, how dare you to go and say Thiefnubu is Kiniko. How dare you? So he quickly went and said, Baba, sorry, sir. Baba, I am so sorry. I no be so, I mean, no, Baba, forgive me. Ejo to your Lord, Jimmy, Baba. Ejo, Baba, please help me. It was also in Lagos where he signed a deal with Sanwo-Iku, and this deal is for Lagos to be collecting every farm produce from Niger State. I don't know, this looks cringy, by the way, right? But here, watch. How many of you remember that lake rice? When I see the chop lake rice in Lagos, Lagos Kebi rice, lake rice. I'm coming. Right.
Gentlemen, it was put pen to paper to sign a joint agricultural government-to-government agreement between Lagos State and Niger State. Lagos State being the smallest state in the country and Niger State being the largest state of this engagement. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this is a history that has been made today. Lagos State is the largest consumer of agricultural resources in Nigeria, population. Niger State has the largest agricultural. So this memorandum of understanding is a collaboration between Niger State to produce for Lagos State and also processing, for Lagos State. So Lagos State and Niger State now have an understanding to promote agriculture in tandem with Mr. President's food security agenda. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
thank you, Lord.
What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Here you get. It's quite a good, it's a good idea. But Nabobo, I asked you about lake rice. And some said Luriro, lake rice, Luriro. There was actually lake rice. Let me tell you about it. Lagos State government and Caribbean State government. Lagos State government led by Sanwo-Iku. Kebbi State government led by Abacha Bagman, Atiku Bagudu. You remember Atiku Bagudu? Your budget minister now. Abacha Bagman. Right. So Lagos State now gave them some money so that they can give the money to their farmers to cultivate farms, rice. They gave them money. And in fact, it was actually like a deal that they put out at 10 billion naira at the time. I don't know how much Lagos gave. I promise you, Lagos probably gave more than 70% of that money. That was the deal. So Kebbi will be growing rice, processing the rice, and they will all be shipped down to Lagos. And they will be sold in Lagos. So they did the first year. And by the time they wanted to go for the second year, Fulani terrorism has already taken over everywhere, including Kebbi. All of that investment gone. I don't think they gave the Lagosians the account of what happened. Did they tell you what happened to that Lake Rice? Lagos Kebbi Rice. Niger State is the headquarters of all of the terrorist groups in Nigeria. There is no terror group you will see in any part of northern Nigeria that doesn't have their branch in Niger State right now. ISISO, ISWAPO, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, name them in Niger State as we speak. Sanwo-Iku is also, I don't know how much money is given to this guy. I do not know. But the guy has shown enough, like it's shown that he wanted to really invest or make agriculture, make money from agriculture. We have seen him. He's placed orders for tractors and their tractors, motorable truck, and the rest of that like that. Sure, you get. He has been seen giving tools to farmers, grading ground, lands and all that, and giving them seedlings. All of these are normal things that people do. But what happened to security? What happened to that investment? How safe is that investment? Where is Lake Rice? Lagos Kebbi Rice. Now, what do you have now? Leni or Lani Rice, Abi? That's what you're going to get. Lagos Niger Rice. I am just saying, I want that to work and I hope it does, all right? Because if it does, indeed, this issue of food security and all of that could become something that, because it has to be done locally, it has to be. Until when I saw EFCC, they arrest people. They say they are smuggling food. I said, Kilo kon EFCC pelu small good food. Is that not the job of customs? And what do you even mean by people smuggling food? Have you been reading the news? That they arrested people. They arrested some trucks who are smuggling food to a neighboring country. Which kind country be this? So because you claim that because you are hungry, you are starving in Nigeria, food exportation is a crime. Even when you cannot afford to buy the food in Nigeria. So exporting food is a crime that is becoming national. What have you? So are they taking the food away from are they taking the food from you? They are selling a bag of rice for 70,000, 80,000 naira. A lot of people cannot afford it. So if they now take the food to where they want to sell the food, you are angry that they are taking the food elsewhere. Which kind, I don't even know how to explain this to you. It is not that you go somewhere you cannot find food. There is food in Nigeria. The problem is that people cannot afford to buy it. Traders are complaining that people are not coming to buy food because they cannot afford it. The problem is not that there is no food in Nigeria. There is food in Nigeria. People are too poor to afford the food. So why are you arresting people and then confiscating their food? EFCC, they arrest trucks of food. So when they recollect this now, they will go and share the food to who? And what happened to the owners of this food? Did they steal the food? Maiyegun, somebody who is talking in the top person now, they say, Maiyegun, no. Maiyegun, I disagree with you on that one. We all know that our people are very wicked. The food that is not enough for Nigeria, they are taking it to another country to go and sell. Are you mad or something? What's the problem, Food is about demand and supply. Right now in Nigeria, people are crying every day because they cannot afford to pay to buy the same food that they used to buy. The portion of food they used to buy. If you go everywhere, there is rice, there is food everywhere. Yes, there is food. The problem is no money to buy. There is no money to buy. And now your government that destroyed your economy, devalued your currency, made it impossible for you to actually afford common food. They are blaming other people. These people who are smuggling food. That is why food is expensive in Nigeria. Are you mad? Again? Food is expensive in Nigeria because Nigeria is not growing food. Food is expensive in Nigeria because Nigerian currency has no value. You import most of what you actually need. So when you produce and grow your own food, you won't have to worry about food inflation. But yes, EFCC is arresting people, and that is why a tin of Milo is probably now 20,800 naira. How much did you buy yours the last time? A tin of Milo. Nestle Milo. Eshimara, your coin, you need 50,000 though. Elokosile. So those of you who see it at 20,800 right now, write it down. You are going to still buy this the tin of Milo for 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira. Chengbo. That is when you probably would then realize, Steve, how worthless is that your Lyra. This is the one that caused problem on my Facebook a few days ago. Here you get the one on the right, noodles. This is Indomie noodles. And each pack now, one pack of this noodle is now 550 naira in Nigeria. I used to pay 30 naira for this. And I'm talking about super pack. When we are buying the single pack, then at 15 naira, 20 naira, noodles. So then they said that, it was going to become a 50 naira. I never paid 50 naira for this in my life, ever. Super pack, ever in my life, I never paid 50 naira. You see this egg where this person is holding? We used to buy this one for 5 naira, 10 naira when I was growing up. Now that looks like I'm an ancient person. I'm a person now. Like it be like I don't hold. I know hold though. I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago. 15 years is too long. 10 years ago, this egg here, 8 years ago, this egg here na 10 naira each. If you buy 3 of them for 20 naira in Odogbolu, my hometown. But today now, you see these 2 eggs, one each now is 200 naira. 200 naira each egg. And you see this super pack, from 50 naira, it is now 600 naira per one. Now 2 of this is 1,200 naira. 2 of the egg is 400 naira. That is 1,600 naira. If you manage to get this, if they cook this for you and say, you go to the Meshai and they cook that noodles for you, they will charge you close to 2,000 naira. If you decide to cook it yourself, no use Ororo, no use any other thing, you will still manage to spend about 1,400, 1,500 naira. And you are hoping that everything is going to calm down one day. Oma, calm down. That Milo, Agolo Milo, Tawan Rani 250, 300 naira. Milo, that big Milo, you go pay 350, 400 naira for it. That's a lot of money back then too. 250, 300 naira. It is now 20,000 plus. Some people were still buying the same big tin Milo, 1,500. Now, fast forward to 2024, it's over 20,000 naira. Eshimara 100,000 though. Yes, you're still going to pay 100,000 for it. Or do you think that one is going to ever come down to something you are going to pay? How much? 5,000 naira for Milo. Hey. I do not have a word. I do not have word to describe it. You understand that? So yeah, that one is just that on the side. I said I was going to probably touch it, and I'm glad I just did, okay? I also was going to take calls, but I am going to sort of pass that tonight, okay? I will take calls tomorrow. I promise you, probably in the afternoon, okay? This is where I'm going to draw the curtains tonight. Thank you to every one of you again. We've had a very long day. This will make it the 5th hour that I'll be live today. So I'm getting used to that longer hours of streaming. So thank you to every one of you who has been part of it all along, okay? I will see you some other time. If you joined us midway, remember, you can watch this from the start by forwarding the first 5-6 minutes of it if you don't like all the music, right? And I implore you to listen to the music. Get to master them. Know the music yourself, because there is message in there too, right? I will see you some other time. Once again, thank you. And all of you should take it easy. Good night.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. Maiyegun Diary political. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi nọ́mbà 1. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.